everyone, I'm Becky.
And I'm Sarah.
And we're doing Bickering book reviews. Today we are talking about Winterborne Home for Vengeance and Valor, which we got an ARC through our collection development specialist at the library. And this book is by Allie Carter. And this was actually when we did a video of our top 10 most anticipated books of the year. And this was one of my top 10 because I love Allie Carter. So this book is about April, and April is an orphan. She was found when she was 3 years old at a fire station with a key around her neck that she doesn't know what it's to, and she knows that her mother is supposed to come back for her. And she's been living in group homes ever since then. She's 12, right?
That sounds right.
I think she's 12. And so her group home goes on this field trip to this museum where there's this huge donation of artifacts from the Winterborne family. And one of the pieces has a crest that matches her key. So April's like, I got to get in here and check this. So she does the only logical thing. She breaks it in the middle of the night, tries to use the key, accidentally burns the place down.
Accidentally burns the place down.
That's what happens.
It is. It's kind of hilarious.
So she wakes up in the hospital, and there's this woman who's very put together. She keeps saying she's wearing all white and she doesn't get stains. Who basically tells April that we are recruiting you to come to the Winterborne school. And there's only there's 4 other students who are all there for various reasons. And it's like a very fancy prep school. And there's a mystery of the Winterborne heir because the Winterbornes were this incredibly wealthy family. And the father, the mother, and 4 of the 5 children were killed in a yacht explosion. The youngest son was 10 years old. He survived. And he came home and he kept having these accidents and he thought somebody was trying to kill him, so he's been missing for the last 10 years. And so April is trying to figure out where the key come from and how does it fit into the Winterborne home, but also she might be able to find the missing Gabriel, who's the missing heir to the Winterbornes. And that's basically it.
It's all mysterious.
So I enjoy this. I know Sarah has issues with Allie Carter books, but I love Allie Carter books, and this to me felt very much like an Allie Carter book. Like, it reminded me a great deal of Heist Society. But, the characters were funny.
See, and I think actually this one worked better for me. And maybe it's because they're younger.
I don't know.
I think maybe it worked because it was a kid's book.
Well, Kat's only 15 in the first Heist Society.
I mean, yeah, but she's still a teen.
Well,
it's still YA.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why. Because for me, it had the puzzles. It had the puzzles
yes.
and the kind of the funny characters mixed
yes.
in with the mysterious people mixed in with the puzzles.
Well, there's a part where the one character is talking about if you're trying to defraud a family to have a lost heir, here are the different steps.
Right.
And it was very amusing. So it was very the characters were very smart. So they're it's very wink wink they know that stuff's not right. They talk a lot about orphans, but they also talk a lot about, they even straight up say when they took Tim with Violet that she says something about how Violet had a brother they didn't know, and they're like, well, he's not her brother. And she's like, you don't have to be blood related to be a sibling. And I liked that idea of finding your home.
And in creating your family, which
right.
they definitely talk about in many different contexts throughout
right.
this book, which is, I like.
Right, particularly for kids in that situation who think I don't have a family, but oh wait, you can have a family.
Yeah. So I read this a while ago, because I read this before you read
right.
this, and so it's really kind of hard for me to remember a lot of the different pieces and parts, but what I do know is that I will be reading the second one, and I will
I'm totally going to read the second one.
Recommend this to people.
Well, and they did, I like the fact that all these kids are brought there for talents, and they all have different talents. Violet was an artist, and there was Violet and April, and what was the other girl's name? She was an engineer, because her father had been an engineer, and she keeps doing these weird Rube Goldberg Sadie, because it's the Sadie Seer and the Sadie Sonic.
Yeah. Well, then there was the boy that was part of a con artist.
Right, because he had come, because he was supposed to be the lost Winterborne heir's child, because he's it's good if you kind of look like him. So it was very quirky. It was very funny. It was a quick read. I think
it read really quickly. It was enjoyable.
I think it's a great book for tweens. And to be quite honest, I've been giving Allie Carter books to tweens for years.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice that she actually has one that's written for tweens.
Well, and actually it works for the younger guys too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because there's nothing in there
to get to them before the advanced readers that
right.
get to them early.
Well, and that's why I always tell people, because we get that dreaded, my 3rd graders reading on a 7th grade level, what can you read? You can read Allie Carter. That's because there's nothing inappropriate in there,
Yeah.
but they're entertaining. we should rate it.
Okay.
Our rating system starts at the top with 5 unicorns. We went to 2 unicorns. If we don't like it, it's a horse.
I'm at 4 unicorns. I really enjoyed it.
I'm at a solid 4. It was good. I'm looking forward to the next book. It was on my most anticipated list, and I have another book that I've read that was on that list, and I was a little disappointed by it. This did not disappoint. I'm happy that I was anticipating
I was happily surprised. I enjoyed it.
So that is where we are. I'm going to say it wrong. The Winterborne Home for Vengeance and Valor. Valor and Vengeance. Something like that. We'll see you around. Bye.